Hi friends, in this video I'm going to show you everything you need to know about creating and running a private match with the new feature that's been introduced with the Spellbound update. You might also know it as custom games, which is what it used to be called. And while I say it's new, I guess it's not new, it's just now it's open to everyone. Sort of, but I'll explain a bit more later. So if you don't know what a private match is, it's basically a way to create a private lobby for you and your friends to play in. It's essentially a game where you don't get match made with randos, but you also have more control over things like the map you're playing on and certain settings. So let's go back to the start and look at how to do it right from the beginning. So you start by opening the game mode selection, and in the top you can see it would start on public matches. You just need to click either on private match, or if you're on console you can press something like RB and it will take you through to the private match tab. Once you've done this, you'll be able to see create match and join match. Join matches, if you've already got a friend or perhaps a community that already have created a lobby and they've given you a code, you can just join the match using the code they've given you. However, if you click create match, that allows you to create your own private lobby. Now before you do this, you should also know if you're creating a lobby, there are some minimums. For Battle Royale you need 30 players as a minimum, and for arenas you need 6 players as a minimum. If you don't have this minimum number, it won't let you click start match. Even though you can get in to customize a lobby, it just won't take you into the game. And I know that sucks, and to be honest I was hoping for much lower minimums, maybe like 5 or 10, but unfortunately it is 30 for Battle Royale, which is kind of limiting. It means realistically you have to be quite a big content creator or be part of a big community, perhaps a big Discord or something. And on that note, I am going to host some private matches on Saturday on my stream around 7:30 PM UK time right here on this YouTube channel, so come find me on this YouTube channel on Saturday and you can join in some private matches with me and my community. They're going to be fun, and I'll try and do some Apex coin prizes as well just to make it even more fun. Okay, so once you've clicked create, you'll then be able to see you can start generating a private match code which you will need to share with your friends for them to join. To find that code, all you need to do is click in the top right, you'll see there it says reveal code. You can click that and then take the code and share it with your friends. Now looking at the lobby screen, which is the first screen you'll see once you click through to create, this is the screen where you'll essentially get to see your name plus everyone that joins with your code. You'll be able to sort them into teams, or they can choose their own teams. And there are some options in settings where you can limit things, which we'll get to in just a minute. Now obviously the maximum players is 60 for Battle Royale, and as we said just a second ago, 30 is the minimum. You can also switch to arenas mode in settings. It will by default start as Battle Royale. Also, I should say you can't play any LTMs. I know we've got control at the moment, but you can't create private matches for control or any other LTMs. You can only do it for BR and arenas. You can also have 5 observers. If we go back to the lobby page, you can see there's a section there for unassigned, but there's also an observer tab. By the way, observers can't actually play, they just get to spectate, but they do have some cool functionality where they can spectate and have different tools while they watch. Now you can move people between teams if you want people in a certain team. To move people around, you basically just click the name and then drag it to where you want to. You need to keep it pressed. If you're a controller, for me on Xbox it's pressing the A button. I think on PlayStation it's probably going to be your X button, and if you're on the mouse it's obviously just a mouse click. It is a little bit easier to do it on PC, but if you get the hang of it, it's not too hard on controller. You can also kick people as well, and you can also leave by yourself. Do bear in mind if you leave, you're basically closing the lobby for everyone. Also, if you look at the bottom on the lobby page, you'll see data center. This obviously changes the data center which is hosting this private match. It should by default be set to whatever server you normally play on when you load into the game. Also, you can click on match summary and this will display statistics such as how many team kills you've got. Obviously if you've not played a game yet and you've just created a lobby, it's going to be blank. Now the final part you might want to tinker in private matches are the settings. As well as the game mode which we spoke about earlier, you can change the map, and you'll notice only the maps available this season are there with the addition of Stormpoint. I'm assuming that's because it's an ALGS Pro map, so they wanted to keep Stormpoint in there. If you want to scrim or something, you can do that. You can also see under game selection options, you've got the ability to change certain settings. You can see you can change chat options. Now this one you can allow for all or just admin only. However, I do hear chat is bugged on console at the moment according to Respawn, so even if you're on console and you allow it for all, you might not actually be able to use it. Next, you can allow for the renaming of teams or not. This basically allows people to rename their own teams, or you can rename their teams for them. You can also allow people to self-assign teams or just let admins do it. You can also override aim assist. Now this changes if you play on console versus PC. console aim assist is higher, so if you remove that, you're probably going to have a hard time if you're all on console. So just be careful of that. Honestly, if you're on console, I just recommend you don't change it. You can also turn anonymous mode on and off. If you don't want people seeing who's killed who in the kill feed, then it's probably a good idea if you're trying to do a serious tournament. However, if it's just for fun and games, then it maybe doesn't matter so much. You can also change the game mode, and this one's quite a good one. Standard means they're just normal games, so essentially how you get it in pubs, you get those same rules. Tournament are the ALGS rules, which means certain things like no heat shields, no emoting in the air, no champion squad, and also champions are removed from the in-game banners. By the way, if you want to do a no ring option where there's no ring and no time limit, Olympus is the only map you have that on. You'll see if you try and select one of the other maps, World's Edge, you only got 2 options for game mode variant, and no ring is not one of those options. But if you select Olympus, no ring is an option. So I think it basically means Olympus is the only map where you can play the no ring game mode variant. And that's kind of it for the settings. Once you've done all that, make sure you hit apply. If you leave this tab, if you go back to the lobby for example, without clicking apply, you basically lose all those settings you've just changed. So make sure you click apply. I'm going to quickly show you a snippet of Shiv FPS's stream from Twitch, just because he made a custom games and he had enough people join where he could actually start it. And I just want to show you what happens when you do start it. You can see when people ready up, it's got the green dot. Plus you can see when Shiv then clicks start game, it will take you into the normal loading screen and then the legend select screen. And from there you basically just play along as normal, and then at the end of the game you can see you get put back in your custom lobby, and you can then either leave the lobby or you could just do another game, which you would just click start again when everyone's ready. Also, you should know if you leave the lobby by clicking leave custom match and you then go and click create a new match again, it will create a brand new lobby with a brand new code for that lobby. On top of this, there are certain spectate options you'll have as an observer, which I mentioned before. You have the option to be an observer. If you're an observer, you won't actually get to play, so bear that in mind, but you will get some of those cool functionality options for spectating, which I did mention. And these cool functions include things like being able to outline teams, being able to see them through walls, having a free cam option so you can kind of fly around like a drone, plus you can see things like scoreboards and overlays such as player names. You do also get on-screen prompts. There's a menu you can open as an observer, and you can then see kind of hotkeys which allow you to do certain things. For example, you can jump to spectate the kill leader, or the closest enemy, or the last attacking player, or just whoever's the closest player to you. You can also view the HUD, you can see player highlights like their names, you can see the kill feed, you can even see the next ring as an observer, so you know exactly where teams need to move to. Great if you're kind of doing a mini cast for your own stream, it just gives you that full functionality. And obviously you can see you can jump between teams and individual players as well. That's kind of it for being an observer. So now you know how to create a custom match, how to play in a custom match, and also how to observe a custom match. And that's pretty much all you need to know about creating a custom match, or a private match as they're called now. Like I said, come along to my stream on Saturday. We're going to try and do a private match. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.